Hey guys, Unc here, back in the garage, but today, again, we're in the backyard. So here I've got a battery operated 16-inch 42 volt chainsaw. It comes with 2 batteries and 2 chargers. So let me bring you in closer, show you the chainsaw, and then let's go use it. Let's go ahead and start over here. So first we've got the 2 batteries. So these are 21 volt batteries each. So that's where you get the 42 volts to drive the chainsaw. And this is the charger. So the way to charge it is you've got a connector here on the side. You just plug that in, plug this into the wall. Then over here, you've got a little indicator light. Red means it's charging. Green means it's charged. Okay. And then we have the manual, all the parts that are included, how to put the bar on and the chain guard and all that stuff. But we will be doing that. And next we've got the chainsaw. So first, here is where the chainsaw oil goes in. This is the lubrication for the chain. Then over here on the side, we have a little window to see how much chain oil is inside the chainsaw. The installation of the battery is very simple. They just slide in just like that. And you need both of them to operate. To remove them, just as simple. You squeeze a little button there and they slide out. Okay. There is a safety on the switch, so it won't go off accidentally. So to activate the switch, you have to push this button down and then squeeze the trigger, and that works. So up here, the chain guard will go in, and we'll be doing that. That's the screw for the chain guard, the little screw to attach it, to tighten that up, and a round file to sharpen the chains. So talking about the chains, we do include 3 of them. So we have 3 chains here, so that should give you plenty of time working on it before you have to stop and sharpen it or anything. So we do have the bar. This is the 16-inch bar, which we have to install, and we'll go through that together. Of course, we'll be using the little wrench also. I think that is it. Next thing is let's do the assembly. All right, let's get to the assembly. So I'm going to move around and try to give you the best perspective of what I'm doing. So right now I'm going to start here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install the chain guard. So this keeps, in case our hands slip off, we'll hit that before it hits the chain. Then one little screw goes through there and we'll just screw it into place. So this is plastic that you're screwing into, so don't get carried away and break it. All right, so that part is done. Now the bar, okay? First, we got to remove this. So we remove these 2 nuts here. And I want to show you how this works, how this adjustment piece here works. So that's going to go installed like that. And if you see back here where it's touching it, so as you move this around, it actually pushes on it and pushes the bar further away. So that stretches the chain. All right, so for right now, I'm going to leave it there and we'll put everything on. And now to install the chain has a direction that it needs to go to. If you install it in the wrong direction, it just will not cut. So if you see this teeth here, this is the cutting edge. So this has to go facing away from the chainsaw. So when it goes over the chain and comes back down, that's when it does the cutting. This is going to go like that. Now this slides over. Okay, and you're going to bring this all the way around. Make sure it goes in. Now again, if you look at the position, see here? You look at the position of how it goes, this cutting edge has to go pointing that way. So that way when it comes back down, then the cutting edge is the one that's hitting the log or tree or whatever you're cutting with it. All right. If you have it backwards, it will not cut. All right. So now we slide this over here. And if you notice this here, it's got these little indents in it. That's where the chain will sit. All right. So let me get the chain back together and I will show you how that goes. All right. So I've got everything on the chain, seeing how it sits in there. That's perfect. So now let me go ahead and put this down so that way I can install this piece once it's there. And now we can tighten it a little more. and make sure that everything falls into place. So right now I'm just going to put 2 nuts on it, but I'm not going to be tightening them just yet. So this is just a holder to keep this in place. You want a little bit of play on the chain, but not too much. So that's where this comes in. Okay, saw that? Okay, a little turn here, and the chain just pops up. So once that's done, now we get the wrench and we tighten these down. These you do want pretty tight, you know, because that's what's going to hold the chain and bar in place. And if they're not tight, you will lose adjustment. Okay, so next thing is I'm going to put in the bar chain oil. And please, even somebody tells you it doesn't matter, actually use bar chain oil. Don't use motor oil or transmission fluid or anything. This is designed for that. Other oils might clog it and won't work, and it'll just, you know, be a miserable day. I'm going to be using a little funnel. So then you can also see it on the little sight glass here on the level of the oil as I pour it in. How it shows up there. That is done for the assembly. Next thing is, let's go ahead and use it.